Hello everybody, this is Dwayne and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a tone recreation on the Neural DSP Quad Cortex. And if this is your first time to these videos, I've done a few now, but basically what we do in this series is we take a song and then we deconstruct it. We use different processes to try and work out how to get the tone for that song. I create a preset on the Quad Cortex, I upload it to the cloud, and then you get it. And that's pretty much it. It's not that complicated, but what we do is, we basically create tone clones, basically, for particular songs. And today, what we're going to be doing is the song Zombie by the Cranberries. The song came out in 1994. If you're around my age, you probably have heard this song. I think they even used it in like one of the recent Fortnite announcement trailer video things or whatever as well. I didn't actually watch that, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to be listening to the song and then we're going to be trying to work out how to play it and how to get the tone. Sounds simple enough. Fortunately for today's song, I think I remember how to play it because I did learn this years ago on guitar and it wasn't too complicated. And I also might actually create a bass tone for this as well at the end. We'll see how we go for time. But without further ado, we're going to get into this because time is money. And you'll see that I've got an Equipboard open here for one of the guitarists, Noel Hogan. So you had Dolores, who was the singer, and she was also a guitarist as well. And you also had Noel there. I think in Zombie, just based on stuff that I've seen, he plays the heavier stuff, and I think Dolores plays like the clean parts when they play it live. I could be wrong about that. But pretty much what we're going to do here is we're going to go through and work out what equipment he owns and how or what might be relevant to the song Zombie. So we can see that he's got quite a few FX pedals here, looking at the count, guitars and amps, Telecaster, he's got a big muff, he's got a chorus ensemble. I can tell you right now that chorus is probably being used on the clean parts of Zombie. It's got like this clean sound. He's got a Fender Twin reverb. He used that on the song Linger, in combination with the Vox AC30 and Fender Twin reverb amps. Okay, and then we've got an AC30, super stereo chorus, and then a Diesel VH4, a Marshall 30th anniversary 6101. Okay, now we don't have a version of that on the Quad Cortex, but we'll find something. This Watkins Copycat, I don't know what that is. A reverb, another fuzz, tremolo, whatever that. What? What is this? This looks like a kid's toy. I have no idea what this is. Tremolo stereo pan, power booster, a metal muff with top boost, Echo Park, a Mesa Boogie Mark II. This guy is a bit of a gear whore, isn't he? He's got a lot of gear. Tube, screamer. It just keeps on going. An Ebo, chorus echo, stereo chorus. Okay, we get the point here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the song and we're going to see if we can kind of pick out how, basically how to recreate it. So the two distinctive parts of the song are the clean chorus effect intro, and then the chorus, like heavy part. Now, I don't know if you can hear this, but when I'm listening to it, and something that's irks me about the song, the distortion, it does not sound like normal distortion. It sounds like there's a fuzz or something on there. And if we actually go and play it again, really listen to the heaviness of it. Okay, so one thing I can tell you straight off the bat is this isn't a normal distortion. Looking at his equipment, I did see a couple of fuzz pedals there. My first instinct is to use a big muff type pedal to kind of get that. It's got like a wall of sound about it. It's not like, it's very loud and in your face. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to open up Cortex Control and we're going to create a new preset. So what I do, I think what we're going to do is we're going to create a clean tone first. We're going to put in an adaptive gate. In fact, actually, I'll use a simple gate for this one and we'll keep it on the default setting. So you can hear I've got nothing running at the moment. Don't remember how to play it. So now when it comes to the amp for clean, if we're going to go back real quick to the Equipboard and we go to amplifiers, my first instinct, having seen that they said they used the Fender Twin reverb on like Linger, is maybe what I'll do is use a Fender or Vox style amp on here. I'm actually going to do something different. We'll go UK C30 normal. And we will actually pair that with, what kind of cabinet should we use in there? Should we use like a Fender cabinet or something? Yeah, let's use no, we won't. We'll use I was looking for the AC30 cabinet. So let's hear what we got here. Default settings. We can hear maybe that's a little too bright, too loud, sorry. That actually sounds pretty good, I think, for a clean tone. That's a really nice stock clean tone. And one thing we probably want to put on there as well is chorus. Now, I'm going to put in the C2W, but I'm going to use it like maybe the C1. There's something weird about it, isn't there? Well, that sounds a bit weird. What about wet drive? I actually think we'll slow it down. Let's put the depth up. Now, we need to listen to the song, I think, to compare that. There's something about it. I don't know if my guitar's out of tune or the tuning's different. Hear that? It sounds a bit jangly, doesn't it? Let's cut the tone a little bit. I actually think that sounds really good. I don't know about you, but I think that sounds okay. There's still something missing about it, and maybe we might do some EQ adjustments later on, but I don't know if we actually need to do any EQ adjustments. It sounds pretty good, and this is 90s grunge. Like, they weren't EQing their sound that much compared to like what a lot of modern artists are doing with their sound. It was kind of more straightforward meat and potatoes, although looking at this guy's gear, he had a lot. I'm happy with that. I think this, for the clean tone, I'm going to keep it standard Vox AC30. The Fender probably would have worked as well. I do like Fender cleans, but there's something about the tone on this album, the clean, that kind of, it does sound a bit Voxy if we listen to it again. Love that little bass up. Boom. I think the depth being up high is not the right thing to do. And maybe maybe bump up the rate a little bit. So I'm going to save this because I'm happy with the clean tone and I don't want to lose it. So we're going to call this preset Zombie for obvious reasons. And we've saved that. That's good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create our heavy tone here. So let's go back and look at this guy's equipment. He had that Marshall, didn't he? And the Diesel. What's this? Have a look. Oh, wow. We've got a little... Check this out. There's a little diagram here. I don't know if this is like official, but I mean, look at all these look at all these things. Metal mouth, big mouth, Ibanez distortion. That's a serious amount of pedals there. Interesting. Okay, this could be actually helpful for us. Micro synth as well, apparently. I didn't see that. We see a Vox and we see a Diesel VH4 into a Marshall 412 cab. Now, that is interesting to me. It's almost like he's combining the two sounds in there. Or he's A-Bing between them, maybe. That's something to pursue, I think. So let's go back in here. We're going to keep this, and we're going to add in... Actually, first thing what we do, I made this mistake in another video, is turn these all off, and then assign them to scenes. So this, and this, and then turn them back on, and this one back on. So basically when we create our B preset here, they're going to be disabled by default. So now let's go input 1, and we're going to route this out to row 3. Okay, let's see if this still works. It's not going to work because I didn't have my output set. That's good. If we go back to clean, all right, what we're going to do here is we're going to add in, we're going to try using, what's this? Hang on. One is big and full of sound to always have 2 amps on. The Mesa Boogie Mark II is great for a big but not dirty sound. I use my Vox for a crunchy sound that just kind of rumbles underneath. Finally, my Marshall is there for the ballsy effect. Interesting. So he does use a Vox and a Marshall possibly. So if he's using a Marshall, what would be something that would be close to that anniversary? I'm going to guess, my hunch is the Silver Jubilee model, which is the Brit UBL. It's got some awesome little configuration options on here. And he was using a 412 Marshall cabinet. So we'll go 412. How does this sound? Oh yeah, we've got to turn these off. And then assign to scenes. Turn them back on for our B preset. Okay. Let's hear how this sounds now. Hey, that could actually work. If we want to combine these two, what happens if we turn this on? Just like this. I don't think we're going to combine amps if we can avoid it. So this actually sounds really good. Now, I did see you had a tube screamer in there as well. So we're going to add in a green 808. And I reckon we're going to dial that. Typical 90s grunge, it's over the top. Going to keep that at default settings for the moment. Now, I also saw that he had a fuzz. And I think we're going to do the fuzz high, maybe? Or facial fuzz. And we probably don't want the fuzz too out of control with an overdrive. This may be too much, but let's give it a shot anyway and see. Could also be playing power chords on a heavier thing too. Not too bad. It's not quite the wall of sound we want. So I think we need to adjust this amplifier a little bit and maybe... I actually think we need to dime the bass on here. Listening to this. This could be the wrong move, but we'll see. You know, we're going for that 90s grunge sound, so... Maybe we'll put more gain on there. God damn, that's loud. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. That's like that is definitely giving you like that. But I think it's too bright sounding, isn't it? Maybe what we'll actually do is we'll go back to the overdrive. Maybe we need to put the overdrive up. And put the tone down. Well, I don't know if going above 8 is a good idea on that. Maybe more fuzz? And reduce the pickup level. Too much fuzz, maybe? It sounds pretty high though. I'm pretty certain there is a fuzz on there. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I think we have something that's pretty good. Like I said, unlike other presets that I would normally do, I would probably EQ, but this is 90s grunge, and when you're dealing with 90s grunge, you kind of want to leave it messy and, messed up sounding, basically. I just adjusted that threshold a little bit. But to summarize, let's see what we've got here. Ah, look at that, rookie error again. So turn these off. I make this mistake every time, I swear. I forget to assign these to scenes. We only want that on the dirty channel. Okay, here's the clean. And then beautiful. Okay, so I'm happy with that. It's not 100% perfect. It's actually a very studio edited type sound, and I think he's using a lot of gear. He's definitely combining amps, I think. I mean, I could have gone down the path of combining amps on here as well, but I think this Silver Jubilee Marshall actually kind of gets you in the ballpark. You can see I scooped back the presence and the treble. I bumped up the bass quite a bit, which would usually make it sound muddy, but in this case, I think it does a really good job of kind of giving it that kind of wall of sound. Maybe we will put a low high cut on there. Oh yeah, needs a low high cut on there. That sounds pretty good. It still maybe sounds a bit too bright. Maybe we don't need mids in there. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Just for giggles, what happens if we put the gain up to 8? I actually think that sounds good with those dialed up like that, actually. See, this tone is actually kind of like in isolation. It's not good, but in the context of the song, it actually works really, really well, I think. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little playthrough. I don't have my Quad Cortex near me to be able to like switch between, so it's going to be a little bit of a jarring thing, but let's play it. And I'll take the... you know what? We'll have the vocals in there as well. Why not, eh? I'm going to use the stems that I have to play, but it's the full song, so let's just go. too early. Well, there you have it. Zombie by the Cranberries. And I think we created a pretty good preset. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, and like I always say in all these videos, is that there's always room for improvement. Sorry, I just unplugged the guitar. There's always room for improvement. It's not perfect. For a song like this as well, where it sounds like there's definitely multiple amps, it definitely has like a wall of sound quality about it. But I think what we ended up having, like, you look at the settings and they look nuts. Like, look at this, 9 on the bass, 8 on the gain, 6 on the masters, like, and then we've pulled back the mid a little bit, the treble and presence quite a bit, and the overall output is just the volume of the block without affecting the quality. But it works. It works really well. The only equalization that we had was a low-high cut to kind of clean it up a little bit. Now, if I was going to be nitpicky about this, I would say that maybe it's still a little too bright sounding, and it definitely needs kind of like a bit more, maybe another fuzz would have done that actually. Maybe mixing that with a different fuzz pedal or playing around with the overdrive, one of the two, I think maybe might have helped to sound a little bit more. It's kind of got like that, it's a weird distortion when you think about it. I think it's definitely a fuzz in there, and it makes sense actually. Actually sounds really awesome. I mean, this song's, what, 1994, like 20 years old? And actually, no, what, 30 years old? Yeah, 30. Wow. This song is still an awesome song. Like, I think it's a great song, and she's got such a good voice, such a good band. They had so many good songs. Anyway, I'm going to cut the video off here because otherwise I'm going to ramble. But as always, if you have any feedback or things that you think I should have done differently, any things that I skipped over in there, things that I should have spent more time on, you're yelling at the screen going, Dwayne, you should have done this. Let me know in the comments. I always take on constructive feedback. And if you have any suggestions for things that you want me to cover next, any specific like song tones or anything, also let me know. I do take requests. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.